Right, evening Ahmet, we're 20 games in, which means we've just about reached the halfway point of the season. How would you reflect on the season so far?
Patchy. So yeah, started the season result-wise poorly, if I'm honest with you. Performance-wise, I think we were building, we were doing okay. But yeah, took longer to settle. I do think that's because of a bit of a messy pre-season that we had. But yeah, then we changed our shape, gone back to a shape where I felt definitely more comfortable, and I felt that this group of players would excel in. Yeah, and then yeah, we went on a really good run of unbeaten in 9 in the league, and yeah, beat some real good teams, and on top of that, some amazing performances. And then yeah, it took a little bit more of a hit towards sort of the end, coming up to like the halfway point, which is disappointing. Yeah, obviously I never thought we'd go the season unbeaten at that point, like winning every game, etc. And yes, we were going to lose a game or not get a result. But I do think the last few games, the performances haven't been up to the level that we would want.
Yeah, you mentioned a slow start to the season. It was just 1 point from the first 6 league campaigns.
Yeah.
I suppose the first question is, what was the mood like in the camp? And more importantly, how did you turn it around?
Yeah, no, the mood was fine. Obviously, like disappointing after games, but we were literally just losing by the odd goal. And like I say, the performances were there, and there were games we should have picked up more points. So it wasn't real downbeat. It was just, when can we get the win? And it was more of, once we get a win, we know they will come. And that was the sort of mood at that time. How do we turn right? Yeah, no, we changed the shape, and I felt at the time, like I say, this shape, I believe, I'm more comfortable with as a manager. It's brought us success previously. But that doesn't mean, yeah, if I didn't have the players to sort of play, I'm not going to force it. But I felt with the profile player and the players that we had in, that it was something that we could go to, and we went to, and it clicked straight away, to be honest with you. Yeah, and it was just about understanding it, learning it, and we had more of the ball while we were in the shape as well, which, having a young team, they all want to try and play a certain way, and yeah, I just felt it was just better for the group, and that was it really. That's what sort of turned it around. But
yeah. Things certainly seem to click up front. Obviously, Gianluca Botti came in, he's into double figures for the season. But also Loic Hernandez reinventing himself as a number 9. How important was it to have that focal point?
Yeah, it was good to bring Gianluca in. Yeah, well, the start of the season we had a few strikers, but they were all struggling with injury. And then obviously when they're coming back, you know, they're just trying to find their feet again. And yeah, when the opportunity came to bring Gianluca, which I knew from previous that his goal scoring record speaks for itself. Yeah, so I took that opportunity, and yeah, he came in. Listen, he was a little bit slow to begin with. He hadn't played much football this season, so we had to be patient with him. Yeah, and he's once he got his goal, again, I knew that would be the case. Once he got his goal, it would just flow for him. And then obviously with Loic as well, yeah, that was just a gamble, I suppose. Like, I've known Loic a long time, and in that Canvey game, when he first initially come on up top in that particular game, we wanted to stretch the pitch, and yeah, we know Loic possesses lightning speed, and he's technically gifted as well. He's very good on the ball, can use both feet, he's good in the air, and I knew from previous anyway that he'd played up front in his younger days, so it wasn't going to be completely alien to him. So yeah, and like I say, he scored, and then again it was just with him momentum, and he, in a period of time where we needed someone to step up, and yeah, Loic produced that for sure.
Just looking ahead to Saturday, it's Cray Wanderers at home. What are you expecting from that one?
Yeah, real tough game, physical. Yeah, they're organised. Their management team, yeah, won't allow their team to not put the work in and compete. I know that for certain. and they're a good attacking team. They seem to score quite a few goals. They're doing really well. I think they're now sitting in the playoffs. So yeah, it's going to be a real difficult game. It always is when we play them. We played them already this season. Yeah, I felt we done poor in the first half, very well in the second half, and then we got 2 men sent off. So yeah, it was quite frustrating because we got ourselves back in a good place that day. So yeah, listen, it will be another tough game, but like I always say, when we're on it, I believe we can beat anyone at this level. So.
Just taking a quick step back from the league, there's plenty of cups at this level, obviously, to get stuck into. The first one I wanted to ask you about was the FA Cup. Obviously, a 7-2 loss to Dorking away in the second round. I imagine you were pretty disappointed with that.
Yeah, of course, it was disappointing. I don't feel that we deserved that scoreline, as in, like the boys didn't deserve it. They put the work in, and we got ourselves back into the game on that day, and it was pretty even at that point. It would have been nice to get in at half time at 2-1 instead of 3-1, where they scored towards the end. And to be honest with you, I think that was really on us, leaving ourselves exposed. And they capitalised on it with their quality. And then, yeah, coming into the second half, yeah, we thought if we could get a goal, you never know. But they scored pretty early on, and yeah, and then there was, at that point, there's not really any way back from us. And look, we ended up scoring another goal, and we still continued to try to play the way we wanted to. It was still early stages of us being in our new shape as well. Yeah, disappointed, but listen, we're playing against a full-time team there, and if you're not on it, that's what can happen.
On a more exciting note, we're of course still in the running for both the London Senior Cup and the Velocity League Cup. What do you say? Are we up for a cup double?
It would be nice. Like, they're both cups that realistically, you know, when you start a season, the truth is we're not going to win the FA Cup, probably not going to win the FA Trophy, but it'd always be nice to get a good run in them, which, yeah, we haven't done in recent years, or even when I played here, we haven't had the best of runs in them type of cups. But regarding London Senior Cup and the Velocity Cup, like I say, yeah, they're cups that we should be setting out to do really well in, and they're cups that we can definitely try grab. Obviously, when I played here as a player, we've won both of these cups previously. So yeah, it would be nice to try and get our hands back on one of them. Just having a cup final is good for the club, good for the players, and at the end of the season, for all the hard work you put in to come away with something. So yeah, we'll be looking to try and get one of them.
And just finally, Ahmet, what would you say your aspirations are for the rest of the season? Is it a case of maintaining the position in the league, or is it perhaps a case of pushing for the playoffs?
Listen, I want to push for the playoffs. I felt at times in this season that we've shown we are capable of doing that, but then also at times we've shown that we're not. So it's just about finding the consistency. But when you break down every individual game, and I say this to the players, game by game, when you go out there, do you believe you can beat the opposition? And I say yes, and they say yes. So it's just about getting another run together, coming out of this sort of bad spell, putting another run together, and then being a little bit more consistent towards the end. But look, there's a long way to go. We've got a lot to do. And I said to the boys on Saturday, we're at a point where it can go either way. We can either push on, or it can just filter out. Or the truth is, if you're not careful, you could end up in the scrap at the bottom. But we want to be pushing on, and the boys, like we said, we just had a little bit of a chat in the change room as well. And yeah, they're in the mindset and then the belief that we can push on. So we'll see come Saturday, because that'll be the first step towards the next one.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Ahmet. Have a good one.
No problem, thank you.